Hello there, nice to meet you. I'm Olenka and this is my story. I am a full-time mom of very special 3 children. They are 3 little heroes and I am here who I am because of them. I'm so grateful for the thousands of people who have supported me on social media over the years, especially during the most difficult times, and stay with me for all those years until today. Yes, there are many of you sticking with me since, and thank you so much for being here. It means everything to me. But for those of you who don't know my full story yet, this video is for you, with my deepest desire being that I can provide you with hope with whatever struggles you may be going through. Today, you may think about me that I am quite perfect, eating lots of fruit, vegetables, drinking juices, doing cleanses. Well, yes, I do a lot of that today and also for my family, but it wasn't always like that. I grew up eating standard Eastern European diet full of heavy cooked foods like potatoes, bread, pasta, dumplings, pancakes, etc. My mom was always very generous with oil and sugar. And I remember having tons of sugary cravings growing up and always sneaking chocolate. Sometimes I would replace a meal for a whole bar of chocolate or 2. Once I turned about 15 years old, I started to notice that I gained weight. And what could I do to change that? I became a vegetarian for about 4 years. Unfortunately, due to not having much support in a family, I gave it up once I found the traditional starving myself method and began to eat everything once again. It was like that until Maya was born. Meanwhile, I also had periods of smoking, drinking beer or wine, and lots of caffeine. Milk, cheese, and bread have been my favorite food choices. When Maya was born, I had no idea why she was such a crying baby, sleepless at nights, and never wanted to be put down even for a minute. Through the entire first year of her life, me and my husband were caring her. She was showing eczema patches here and there since about 4 months old, but doctors were giving me just some cortisone cream. One day, after turning 1, her skin flared up all over her body so badly. I had received some drinkable medicine for her and the flare was gone in 2 days' time. Until today, I have no idea if that was a steroid or not. Her skin was the smoothest ever. Since then, I started to seek a solution to her problem because it kept returning in different moments and with different strength. Somehow, I have managed through some major flares so far until the real challenge has begun when Maya turned exactly 8 years old. This is when the core of the story begins. I found out that I was 3 months pregnant, and instantly I have noticed that something was wrong with my son Travis. A few months later, we had faced a diagnosis. Travis has autism. The moment it was delivered to us, it felt almost like we lost our son. It was very hard to take. At the same time, my daughter's eczema has returned and suddenly spread all over her body again. It started as a small patch on Maya's neck and kept growing faster than ever before. I couldn't believe this was actually happening to us. Within few months, our life turned into one big pile of mess. I was lost and I was very, very, very scared, especially when I thought about the new baby coming in a few months. Is he going to be okay? At first, we haven't seen any way out of this, but somehow Chris and I have found little inspiration and started doing therapy with our son. I was trying everything to help Maya get her skin back. Travis also had some eczema, just not on his face and not as bad as Maya. While working with Travis, we began to see little improvements. Unfortunately, their both eczema seemed only to get worse. I was looking for a doctor to find some support, but all the doctors I went to were saying the same thing over and over again. There's no cure for eczema. I gave up finding one and decided to take matter into my own hands. It wasn't making any sense to me what they were saying, giving me the only option of using meds. I said no to steroids and went back to research. Even though things were looking very bad, I still kept believing that it is possible to help our kids just because they were born completely healthy. The time was passing by. I was going mad trying different treatments and different approach. Finally, Troy was born and so much new hope came along with him. Just like Maya, his body was clear at birth and I have decided not to vaccinate him. Maybe that's the answer, I thought to myself. But all my hopes were for nothing. Exactly at 4 months old, he started to show the same spots on the cheeks like Maya when she was a baby. I broke down in tears, completely devastated, thinking, that's it. There's nothing else I can do. But there was still something inside me constantly telling me to keep looking, even though no matter what I did, things were getting worse instead of better. I was finding little things, but each time something was always missing. One thing I finally confirmed though is that the bottom cause is inside the body and what we eat. Oh well, what we shall not eat, I would say. But the heaviest burden in my heart was our daughter. Her skin was in terrible condition. The blood on the pillow every morning, the sleepless nights, the greasy skin and constant itch, her tears and her pain. But the worst was yet to come. She started to drop weight. She became very skinny and turning yellow on her face and her arms. She also became really sad, weak, and almost lifeless. I started to think about the worst. My heart was truly breaking. Every day I was thinking to myself, how I wish I could just take this on myself to set her free from that disease. Deep inside me, I still believed I will find the cure, even though everyone around me thought I was completely crazy. One day, Maya came to me, really sad, and whispered through tears, "Mom, I don't want to live like this anymore." I just stopped breathing for a second. My mind went black for a while and I looked at her and went down to my knees so I could look her straight in the eyes. And I said with the most loving voice, trying to keep her calm, "Maya, I promise to you I will never stop looking until I will find the cure so you can have healthy skin again." We both cried. It's the moment I will never forget and something that keeps pushing me until today. We truly hit the rock bottom that day. And I just got so angry and decided to start all over again. I've thrown away all the things that I learned so far. I started from the scratch, putting all the pieces of a puzzle together. I was thinking to myself, maybe I made a mistake somewhere. Maybe I missed something along the way. Over the next few days, I was going all over again through all the articles, the books, blogs, videos, looking for something new, for something missing. Finally, I came across a story of someone healing from some incurable disease with just fruit, and it hit me straight in the heart. I instantly felt this was the missing piece I was looking for such a long time. It seemed so natural to me, yet a little bit too good to be true, but since I ran out of all the options, I jumped. First just by myself to try it for a few weeks, and I couldn't believe how amazing it felt. Not waiting any longer, we bought few boxes of bananas. We grabbed the kids and went to Banana Island, a simple cleanse protocol, one of the basics of raw food lifestyle. Meanwhile, I have found an amazing support in the community on Instagram. I am forever grateful for that, because my journey would not be the same without you. The amount of energy, the knowledge, the love and support was endless, and I will keep giving back to this community to support others on their journey as well. Back to the story. Banana Island experience was our turning point. Kids had never been happier. They were jumping from joy, eating an abundance of fruit, dancing, singing, and getting better day by day. Those 2 days were like nothing ever before. I didn't have to do anything practically. We put several bunches of ripe bananas on the counter and just kept watching the kids. For the first time in years, I felt free of the big dilemma and struggle that I was holding on to for so many years. I will never forget that moment as well. I still didn't have any proof of that method working for my kids, but it felt right. It felt natural. So I was very, very hopeful to see the results soon. Over the next weeks, I was strictly monitoring their menu, but other than that, things started slowly fall back into place. Baby Troy's skin was healing daily, and within 2 to 3 weeks he was practically eczema free. My husband could not believe it, and he's already forgotten how bad it was. I had to show him the pictures. Troy gave us the most important sign that I needed to keep going, because if his eczema was gone, so could be Maya's. About 4 weeks into the new diet, on the very first day of spring, we went out for a walk, and Maya came to me holding a bouquet of flowers. I looked at her and it shocked me. Her skin was calm for the first time in years. Eczema was still there, but she just looked better than ever and so happy. I understood it is happening for real. I started to scream and laugh at the same time. I was crying and yelling, "We've got this! It's working! She's going to be okay!" I was so ecstatic, calling my mom and my friends. Now it was just a matter of staying focused until she has healed completely. The summer was coming. We've decided to leave everything behind and begun to travel and world school our kids. Few months later, while living in Portugal, Maya's eczema was completely gone. Travis's autism was melting in front of our eyes. He still has little symptoms left, but he's only 8 and keeps improving all the time. I know that one day it will all be gone. We started to share our story with the world, and it had spread widely once I published it. Since so many people started asking me for help, I decided to write a book and then another one. I still keep working with a group of my readers. I keep blogging, inspiring, and teaching the same to help others to overcome what's incurable. The problem became my mission, a war against eczema, and I will keep going until the last eczema is gone. If you have any questions, I would like to share my experiences with you, so feel free to reach out. I may be able to help you just the same way.